so many of our businesses continuing to struggle as we emerge from the COVID-19 crisis. And helping them do that, so many members of our Chamber of Commerce. We want to bring in Laura Bolyard. She is the Executive Director for the Lakes Area Chamber of Commerce. And a little bit later, we'll bring in the Chamber President. But first, Laura, if we can start with you. What's the past year and a half been like for you and your team?
Just a moment, it appears we have unmuted. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm sorry, Laura. Can you hear me now?
I can, yeah.
Thank you for being with us. What's the past year and a half been like for you and your team?
Wow, the chamber had to pivot really quickly, just like everybody else, and try to support our businesses. Initially, it was really information sharing with what we were getting on almost a daily level from Oakland County or the state. And then it was support with, the PPE, the PPP, all the different things that the businesses needed. So I feel like we're finally kind of coming out the other side, and we're able to be there for our businesses during the past 18 months.
And so we should mention that the Lakes Area Chamber of Commerce, you represent Walled Lake, Wixom, Wolverine, Lake Village, Commerce, Waterford, and White Lake, and the Union Lake Business District. But so many of those communities are really dependent on the water aspect of their communities. And we know summertime can be such an important time for these businesses to be able to make the revenue to keep them afloat during the winter times. So how is it looking for them this summer?
You know what? That's really true. The recreation in the area is so dependent on the lakes and the trails that we have, the park areas. And so they it's been a great summer so far. People bought boats during the past year and a half. They're out on the water, they're celebrating, they're having parties again, they're supporting the restaurants and other businesses that also, benefit from those types of events as well.
And with that, Sue Vanderwill, you are joining us on the phone. You're the Chamber President, but you're also the mastermind and the navigator behind the big event, Rockin' Under the Stars. Can you tell us more about the event?
Yes, I'd be happy to. Actually, I'd like to say it takes a village, and the Rockin' event that we have certainly takes a village of Chamber members to bring to the community. What's lovely about it is that we have a variety of businesses that sponsor the event, and therefore it provides them an opportunity to showcase who they are and what they do in our community at one central location. The event typically brings in, I think our best year so far has been just over 3,000 guests to the venue. Do you agree with that, Laura?
Yeah, it's been really well attended, and unfortunately we couldn't host last year, so this is our 10-year celebration, and we're super excited to be able to have it this year.
So with that, Sue, if I can ask you, what did it take to try to get this operational this year? Because I know that planning these events takes a little bit of time.
Yeah, so fortunately, because we present this each year to the communities that we represent, we were able to bookmark our 2020 plans with the two bands that we have, which is Magic Bus and Power Play, which are headliners in our location, and we were able to continue to reserve them for the following year, so that worked out great. Same goes with the stages we bring in. We work with Oakland County Parks and Rec to bring in the stages for the bands to perform. So we extended our reservations for both stages another year. And then we fast forwarded the calendar date at Multi-Lakes, which is where our venue takes place. And we were able to secure that as well. So the other parts of it were strategically placing the businesses. We have 2 restaurants on site, so as you know, employment is an issue right now as a result of the pandemic. So that we were a little worried about, but we were able to get 2 great chamber members to represent at the Rockin' event. We're excited for that. And then the other sponsors that have come back year after year, we're still committed to the program, and we've acquired a couple more too. So it's been, if anything could be seamless, it was the transition kind of pushing forward the date on everyone's calendar.
And see, a little bit of positivity can go a long way. Just about another minute or two here with you, both on the MegaCast. And Laura, if I can ask you, what has been the silver lining for you and some of the businesses in the Lakes community coming out of the pandemic? Because we do know that people are staying closer to home, and the lakes have been a huge attraction.
Super, yeah, that's true. Our businesses have really come together to support one another, as well as members of the community to support the nonprofits in the area that did so much work during this time as well. So we've seen a lot of partnering and assisting one another during this time. Like you said, the community also rallied. They're really excited to be back out and doing events such as this. So we're hoping, to see a really large turnout for this big community event. It's a family-friendly event. We try to keep the price really reasonable. It's only $5 to attend. So we do have a lot of optimism here at the Chamber, and we're hearing that from our businesses and seeing that from our community members as they start to visit us and do things with us again.
So give us the date and the location again.
Yep, so this is going to be held Saturday, August 7th. It's from the gates open at 4:30. Our first band, Magic Bus, takes the stage at 5:30, where there's a brief intermission, and Power Play Detroit takes the stage at 8:30. And this all takes place at the Multi-Lakes Conservation Association. That's located on Newton Road in Commerce Township.
So can people bring like their own lawn chairs and their drinks and food? How does that work?
You know what? People can bring a lawn chair, like think Pine Knob, you can bring a lawn chair, a blanket, but we do ask that you participate by enjoying the food and the concessions and the beverages on site and not bring in your own cooler. As Sue mentioned, our restaurants this year are two of our great chamber members. It's Dickie's Barbecue and Alex's Pizza. And so we've got a great selection of food and beverages for folks to have on site. And we really want to support those businesses as well. So we ask not to bring coolers in.
And Laura, it's still Pine Knob to me as well.
I know, right? It's a bit old school, but it's kind of how it is. It's a lovely setting. It's on a hill. It overlooks a lake, and we've got a family game area that's got some games for kids to play with mom and dad in between. And it's just a really lovely location and a great night.